No, yes, the good old no signal.
You know it. We should be back online now. Hopefully.
Stream should be back up.
I am making this seed after all. Let's take a look here. They need to load the seed, so that's why no signal.
Makes sense.
We're back online? How's it going, folks? I am. What's up? We're back. OBS decided, not Twitch, but OBS decided I was going offline that time.
First one, then the other. There really is a Monday.
There we go. Now everybody's on the same page. Welcome to the last race of the night. Let's see. While they're setting that up, I'm actually just ready to go here, so. We have the option to use WAD Anaconda's in-game audio. What do you think about that? We can do that.
That's up to you. I'm fine either way.
His is the audio that's mixed, so I can pull it. Handy. Everything up here looks correct. There's 2 new chests somewhere in the players. Not to forget them. Okay, so how many matches do we have left? Lower bracket. 5, 4, 4. So 13 plus 4 more. 17 and 18 down there. And up top we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 more. That's how many matches left in this. Most of those are lower bracket, yep. 18 in the lower bracket almost. You can join if you want, Math Girl. I got room. Oh, I think Rick asked me to join, actually. He's already here. How you doing, Rick?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Old, I forget everything. Forgot you asked to join. They're starting. Here we go. The countdown has begun. My clock is going to be used mostly for posterity because I'll be going by the SRL timer in this case.
Piece of heart, arrow upgrade. A couple of things you don't really want to see this early. You want to see a weapon.
Yeah, definitely want a weapon early.
and just missed the map on Wild Anaconda, but we got it. Well, if we can get it fast enough. Oh, the flu at the
flute
uncle.
early.
So we'll
That's
be
an
pulling audio from Wild Anaconda stream specifically until I get tired of the game audio. I might. A double Chris room on the right team. That's interesting. They really like groupies.
That's not the
And-
worst play.
A piece of heart at the lumberjack. Not. Well, can't fully say Agahnim required or not. But it doesn't look good this case.
It's a good sign.
Red cane in the
Oh,
woods,
hey.
flute in the keep with the uncle.
That's a couple of quick progression items.
I like the flute better personally, but need them both maybe, possibly.
I like the 80 rupee tree pull there on Alucard's end.
Yeah, it's... Red cane's nice, but it doesn't actually do much for you. It's a weapon. There's that. It's a really crappy weapon. That's it. It is a progression item, but it's a late game progression. The flute, on the other hand, even if it's not necessary, still nice to have.
Yeah, cut down on your travel times and your save and quitting.
Anaconda juking out of the way of a spear. Saved his life. Got that flute coming up for him, too.
Everybody wants those bombs early on, or rather, everyone wants that duck activated early on.
Yep, everyone but Flip is flying around already. That was really fast. That thing was enabled in 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
immediately.
Chicken Coop had Flip's refund on the bombs purchase.
The bow on the bottle vendor.
100 rupees well spent.
Now there's a weapon. Just gotta find some arrows for it.
There's actually a weapon. An actual
Hey,
regular
nice place.
sword.
Nice place for it.
Fire rod, too.
Getting all of the weapons.
So we see both teams in the village because they're going crazy with all the stuff they're finding. They're just going back and forth from one building to the other. Walking past each other, saying hello. Lamps down here.
Red
team
team's
is in
just
the same
mirroring
building.
each other.
Yeah, generally it's not a good idea to mirror what your partner is doing at the very second, but the way that this first 5 minutes of the seed is gone, this is not a problem at all.
No, too much good stuff in Kakariko.
The more good stuff we find now, the less we'll find later. This always spells pain for me, but sometimes it actually does go the way it looks. Sometimes. Does the bow for Anaconda as well? Five minutes in and 6 items down.
Yeah, this seed is just free.
Flip setting out to do the remainder of Escape now that he has an actual stable weapon.
Alucard heading to Eastern.
Fantastic move.
Anaconda getting us the anthem. Let's see what's here in Sahasrara's house.
At this rate, the seed will give them the hammer, the moon pearl, and a glove.
Everyone has.
Oh,
Yeah,
not quite.
They
And
don't
thankfully for the
actually-
audience,
They don't actually have a lot of dungeon delving equipment yet.
with the bow and the lamp, that means Eastern can be finished. That's the only one that they can access, though.
Yeah, I expect to see Escape and Eastern from all the players in the next 5 minutes. Unless
Yep, we
something
got
really
Alucard
nice.
jumping into Eastern right now.
Unless the mirror shows up or the hook shot, I wouldn't expect that to change. And even if it did, honestly, it's still probably the way to go.
Ooh, a really big key.
And early trips to the mole dorms, and at least this time you know you can be able to finish with the sword.
Oh. Player 2 is on his last HP here.
And
Got
thankfully
through
that
there.
last bomb connected.
Moon Pearl. Alright.
That's definitely a big to find.
Flip opting to go double pot strats here and gets the ball and chain guard down to find that it's nothing more than a what 20.
Ice Ride Cave coming up. Wonder if we'll see any fake flippers. We have learned that fake flippers will get you 3 things now. 4 actually. You can see an item, you can't reach it. You can get up there, and if you have the Moon Pearl like Player 2 does right now, he can actually grab both of the new chests. If he wants to get those early, that's his call. The book is in the Ice Ride Cave. So now the desert is open but can't be finished yet.
It might can.
No gloves.
Oh yeah, you're right. I always forget about the glove for desert. Never mind that it's in there in vanilla.
He's checking out the desert anyway.
And
No
that doesn't
fake
even count.
flippers from either team yet. Spotting kind of maybe going for it. Looks like it.
And the lack of boots also could come into play in regards to desert too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like they might could do it. It might not be locked by the boots, but it might be.
So fake flippers has more value than before. You can go to
Well,
the guy under the bridge, and I think you can even get back and still have it somehow. I don't know exactly how that part works.
One of our runners will not be doing any fake flippering.
That was early. Well, that means it's very likely this is going to pay off, actually. There's a green bottle under the bridge.
Flip got the hook shot. I'm thinking he got that from Agahnim.
Yeah. Player 2 just checked that area, so maybe that's where he got something. He went there. I didn't see what he got. Hookshot
I was
Hookshot.
bouncing around green team.
I don't
Okay,
think
okay.
Agahnim had anything. Hookshot was an escape, apparently. Nobody's gotten much out of it.
Flippers are in Eastern.
Yeah. Where's Flip going? He's getting the Moon Pearl. Very direct pathing. Flute lets them go all over the place really fast, so they're just getting things immediately. Moon Pearl. Heart's nice too.
Yeah, especially when you're on 3.
Oh, I see why Flip didn't finish off doing the escape. You need to have that one key, and apparently that one key is in the last 3 chests.
Ah, that would make sense.
Well, the hook shot's definitely down there.
Yeah, it's in that one room with the sewers there. As player 2 has it now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Flip head up to Death Mountain soon. In fact, I think that would be the right play because you got so many chests if you want to follow the logic at this point.
Yeah, especially with the hook shot. Just unlocks everything over there almost.
I think it's the right move. We're done with escape as much as we can be. We go into desert and probably get 2 chests, maybe, probably, but just go to the mountain, you can get 7 guaranteed.
And Alucard heading straight up to the mountain even without the hook shot.
You can get the old man's treasure, one on the right beside him, and you can see a treasure, and then you can head right and get the other 7. That's quite a haul right now. There's pretty much no way that's not going to pay off somehow.
Yeah, that's going to be an advantage that the red team currently has over the green team is the fact that Flip's going to be able to check the right-hand side, while the green team, all they're constrained to is the left side.
Let's see what Wild Anaconda does here. Looks like he's heading back. He's about to get the hook shot.
We're seeing red team pull ahead just a little bit here, I think, with that.
Male on Spectacle Wreck.
Cape. Pretty sure we have 3 crystals here, I think. I didn't get a good look at the map, though.
Looking at the trackers, it is all crystals here in the Light World.
That should make for a slightly faster seed than the last one.
That one was pretty gross. I'm glad this is already at a better pace.
Well, you didn't want another hour and 30 minutes into go mode?
I'm good. I haven't slept in 30 hours. I ain't got time for 20-hour races, I tell you. It's good to see a fast one every once in a while.
So while Anaconda gets the hook shot, tells his teammate, hey, look, get back into escape.
And then straight to the mountain for Anaconda.
So right-hand sides, 8 different chests you can get at this point. 7 in this one series of caves that flips in, plus the spiral cave.
And if you get lucky and find the hammer, then that unlocks Hera and the whole line of play over there. Hey, silver arrows. That'll be very useful.
Well, Eastern doesn't have much beyond
Flippers and the Master Sword.
Yeah, at this point it's just a crystal though, right?
Yeah, for player 2.
I think that was all the items. I don't know. I didn't see if that
It
was all
was the
three.
Flippers, the Master Sword, and there was a green rupee at the default big key chest.
Yeah, it's not a bad haul. Might as well finish it.
Flip
Being a-
found the blue mail inside one of the chests, and therefore that red mail will be sitting on top of Spectacle Rock for him.
That's pretty good. But it looks like we might have to do Agahnim on this seed, actually.
It could be possible.
Because I'm not seeing very much payoff here.
Nobody's gone up to Zora yet, and with the Flippers, you can check the ledge and everything up there now.
There are 4 items up there. That's a big haul. Sure, that's a dungeon worth of stuff now. That's kicks ass up there. Definitely want to see somebody check that before you go into Agahnim.
Yeah, that's what Alucard is doing right now. He's grinding money for Zora.
I used to debate whether I should just do Agahnim or go to Zora, but now I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to go to Zora every time if this is what it's going to be. There's 4 chests up there, and I'll probably, if I can, flipper my way up there.
Yeah, I went and did Agahnim instead of Zora in our last race, and it cost us the race. And that was even on the old logic.
So it looks like Flip is going to be heading into Eastern Palace to grab the Flippers and the Master Sword.
Player 2 going to swim up to the hobo, having not fake flippered earlier.
Nobody has turned in that bottle to the sick kid yet, have they?
I haven't seen it.
I remember seeing a sick kid visit, but I'm not sure if it was this game or last game.
They all start to blend, don't they?
They really do.
Oh, it's just a 20 rupee. Not even worth it.
Green team finding out that the mountain ain't so great also. And
Yeah,
Zora.
Alucard's going to come see what Zora's got.
Did you see that frame perfect Zora on both screens for a second there? They both were warping at exactly the same time. Well, those 2 chests were bad. Those were no good.
Player 2 ducking the flute. The duck doesn't need it just yet. Wants to check the Zora.
Doesn't have the money, that's probably why he wanted to change his mind.
Ooh, right. And he wanted to see what was on the ledge. Blue cane. So if Zora has something, this is a big advantage here for the green team at this point.
Yes, it will be.
Trying to figure out where the heck to go. We really need something. 5 cents. Thanks, my fish man.
While Anaconda's doing the last possible option here before going into Agahnim, and that is seeing if you can't get access to the 2 items in Desert.
The last game, Desert had the mirror and the moon pearl, so
Wishing twice, just for good measure. Player 2 also doing this.
Well, if there's something nice in here, then that prayer did pay off.
it's where I would be right now.
Agahnim has given all of the items for his dungeon here. All of them. The lamp. It just looks like Agahnim to me. Like when it's sometimes the seed is screaming at you to do a dungeon, And this is one
That's
of
what
those times.
Alucard's doing.
This dungeon is not beatable.
Desert is a bust. But they can get the items out of it, even when it is a bust, if they have power gloves. But they don't even have the ability to do that. So all he can do is go to the ledge and get the one item.
Yeah, they're locked out of the remaining chest right at this moment because either the small key or the big key is going to be on the torch.
Agahnim it is.
Everyone's heading that way, I think. It's just you got the cape and the Master Sword both the ways in, and you got the Moon Pearl and the lamp. That's everything you need to make Agahnim a portal. It's a long, tedious, stupid portal, but it works, and it seems like the Seed wants you to do it. And they ran completely out. Everyone has exhausted all the options. It is definitely the way forward this time.
So while everyone is heading up to Agahnim, ooh, bad death there for player 2. That's going to send him back. Maybe he'll think of checking Agahnim now before going back over there and getting his 1% return.
I hope so.
Anaconda does not have the Master Sword, did not go get it from Eastern Palace.
Not worried with the silver arrows, though.
Yeah, doesn't really need it. Not here anyway.
So is the pyramid going to have the item, or is it going to be, in pod somewhere?
We've seen this situation one time in this race before, and it caused Resifos and TGH to lose their first game. They got stuck because they didn't have the gloves and they didn't understand how to path. The pathing was, the only pathing possible was to go swimming north around the Power Glove blocks, land where the mushroom shop is, and hookshot across.
Oh my, that's so bad.
And that is going to be a possibility here as well.
It totally will be. Oh no, Alucard taking a death.
He did. Back to the start of Aghanim's Tower.
That's a
Unfortunately.
tough place to take a death.
At 4 heart, Aga Tower is not the easiest thing either.
So while we're waiting for these guys to finally make it to Agahnim, the question is, how many blue balls are they going to get stuck with?
I'm going to say 4.
Ew, you're mean to these guys.
That's just, I've been having, between 3 and 5 lately.
I'm going to guess 2. Well, everybody's here at Agahnim. Let's have some fun.
Anaconda will be the first to enter.
For the record, the Fighter Sword works just as well, and Sasrala is a liar about the quality of the Master Sword here. It's not necessary at all. Even the bug net works, actually. I'm sure most people know that. There's 1. 2.
And here comes the guaranteed lightning.
Agahnim is the great equalizer here. Everyone will be on the same foot pretty much after this. The only difference between the players 3 is Anaconda does not have a Master Sword, really. That's just about it. And he can go get it whenever he feels like it.
Alright, what's going to be on the pyramid ledge?
I don't like the seed setup right now because I did see players staring at the map for 20 minutes and forfeit pretty much because they couldn't figure out how to path through the situation. And it very well may be right now that situation. If Palace of Darkness doesn't have any items at all, we might see some players very confused about what to do. And without the hammer, they're not going to be able to finish Palace of Darkness, so that's actually pretty plausible that the gloves and stuff might not be down there. Wild Anaconda's going there, though. He's checking it out.
Yeah, because he can't swim around without the flippers, so has to go do the pod play.
It's true. Him not having the flippers hurts more than the sword.
Skullwoods, Ice, and Meyer. Meyer being the green pendant. So unfortunately, Ice Rod will be required this seed. Sorry, guys.
I hope they check Bombo's tablet.
I really hope so as well. So Flip does know about the mechanic here, so thankfully for the red team, they do know that. I'm almost certain Alucard knows about this tactic too, and he'll be taking care of this since his partner is checking out Pod.
Absolutely. Pod may be a payoff anyway. It might be a good place to go. It's just that you can't finish it, and it's annoying to have to come back. But if you get something nice in here, then whatever. If they get the gloves.
And the thing is, they can't even check Catfish right now because they still don't have a lift upgrade.
Yeah, a lot of the world is locked out to them.
If both teams got stuck, I would probably give it to the team that made it there first. That's what I usually do when there's a tie.
Our container up on the bumper cave results. Haven't seen anything big come up on Wild Anaconda's end.
Just keys so far.
Skull Woods for Flip. He can
With
clear
5 hearts.
Pretty-
Wow.
Pretty dangerous lifestyle here in the Skull Woods of 5, but he's going for it. Blue tunic though. Ether. Right away. Might need that sucker. If he can clear it, then power to him. This is a good move. Might as well get this done.
Yeah, might as well.
It's not going to save his partner doing what he can in Palace of Darkness, so nothing he does will really. This is the place for Wild Anaconda to be. If he doesn't find the hammer, Anaconda's have to go on a save and quit and go back and do Eastern. He won't have any choice. Player 2 also heading into Palace of Darkness.
And just 300 rupees there in the Sea House for Alucard.
So this is an interesting decision here by Flip doing this in a pendant dungeon. But if something's good in here, more power to them. We saw that happen in the last seed on this channel.
Yeah, and they already found Ether in there.
Anaconda wants to death warp here because he thinks it's faster than walking, and it absolutely is.
I'm surprised with the book in hand while you're up in Skull Woods. Flip is not checking the pedestal to see what's in there.
We don't have a mirror.
Oh, that's a good point.
Alucard's got the mirror. It's in Thieves Town.
Yeah, in the bomb hut.
That's a good find. That opens up a dungeon. And red tunic if you want it.
It actually opens up 2 dungeons because you can also go into Swamp.
As soon as they find the hammer,
Oh, that's right.
I wouldn't
But
bother.
the hammer
Swamp.
could be at the first chest.
It could be. I don't ever want to see that happen, but it could be. That's the only place it could be. You're literally talking about total rock odds at that point with the hammer. being in there. I've seen the hook shot being there in the first chest, but that's one of 4. Digging game, 20 rupees. Chest game, 50 rupees. Gold prizes from the games.
Unfortunately, these guys aren't playing bidding games. There's the
Hey,
hammer!
there's the hammer. That will open up the world for Anaconda.
That helps him out so much. He was the only one.
Almost vanilla.
He's the only one who truly benefits from that hammer in the way that he's going to benefit from that hammer. He's going to get out of here.
And there's the boots.
That's going to save him a ton of time.
So Alucard getting the boots, while Anaconda getting the hammer. Player
Did you
2.
say boots?
Yes, we got the boots on
Nice.
Alucard's end.
Well, green team was in a little bit of a pickle with Anaconda's positioning, but the hammer actually is a really lucky find. It's going to put him right up to speed with everyone else. And they have the boots. They're ahead.
They're not ahead by a whole lot, as player 2 searching off this dungeon will come across the hammer if he continues to be persistent in here.
And Flip will
And
find
Flip's
the
about to
boots.
find the boots.
Yeah. They're 10 seconds ahead. It's extremely minimal. And we're gonna... Agahnim just equalized the whole game. And that hammer really made things balanced again. That was just a saving grace right now for how far behind Anaconda was becoming, because he would have had to leave here incomplete, go all the way back to Light World Eastern Palace, finish it, and then come all the way back.
That's what he's gonna have to do to get to the mirror, because without any lift upgrades, there's no way to get from the south side up into the Dark Kakariko.
He might find the gloves somewhere else. But at least he can do other things.
Hey, look, 32 minutes in, we're going to check the Bombos tablet.
Nice. Ice rod. Bombs. Thank you.
Well, that's what you thought it was in the last race. And Flip is going to be checking the No Hype Cave.
Get some hearts out of it.
Well, yeah, the hearts are going to be very important, especially considering the fact that he was dealing with 5, and that's the Sanctuary Heart.
Boomerang Cave.
So Alucard is following the bouncing ball and checking the bonk rock here. All for another bit of love. Now, have you guys been counting your items?
I have not.
Because I have no clue if Helmasaur is going to be dropping an item or dropping either the map or compass here.
You have the fighter sword. What is your weapon of choice? He's gonna drop the compass. Oh yeah, the silver arrows, that's right. I forgot they had those. That rules. Goodbye, Helmasaur. Give me your compass.
And that's followed Anaconda's first crystal of the game. But the bad news is he's going to have to make a repeat trip in that direction when he wants to go to Eastern later on.
It won't be too bad.
Eastern's probably got to be his next play anyway.
Now, Flip did venture into Swamp just as his partner had found the hammer. And that little pause there on Flip 714's screen tells us that is the partner communicating. Guess where Flip's heading now.
Yep, got to get that hammer. Yep, Anaconda heading straight to Eastern to get those flippers to get the mirror.
He'll grab that crystal, and head back to Aghanim's warp. Head south, maybe. Or hookshot across. I think Alucard already checked the hype cave, right, as well? I didn't see.
Yes, he did.
That's why he knows that he didn't need to bother with that.
Yeah, because Alucard had already reached the south side.
He's done everything that the hammer gives him access to.
Next play after this has got to be, I would have to assume, either going into Thieves Town or up to Hera.
There's Swamp, Tower of Hera, and Thieves Town, all accessible.
I would send one player to Swamp and one player to Hera if I was playing, probably.
Did the player clear Skull Woods? I don't think that actually happened, did it?
Flip found the ether, but I don't think he found the second item. He stopped in that second segment, I believe.
Yeah, just checked the first 4 chests that you can really get to easily and didn't go any further.
Yeah, he knew when to say when in regards to that dungeon, knowing that 5 hearts Mothula is not going to be a fun fight.
So everybody's on the east side. It's just Light World or Dark World.
Yeah, both Alucard and Flip are currently cleaning up after what Wild Anaconda and the player 2 have found. The one who has the interesting decision after this on what to do, or the one we'll see make the interesting decision first, will be the player 2. I wouldn't be surprised if he heads to the west side to go grab that mirror.
Yeah, getting the mirror is so important.
To answer Useless Mage's question, which is what would be the rudest item to put in the digging game 30 digs in? Single arrow.
No, like a fetch quest for one of those things.
At least that gives you a little bit of satisfaction. The single arrow's like, that's it? I want my money back, you bitch.
I just think then you take the mushroom when you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then just the utter disappointment after you get to the mushroom is just the worst.
So you had the fetch quest be something useless.
Yeah, the fetch quests lead to the single arrow or this is the 1 rupee.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's a good idea. The double fetch quest.
Oh, that would be awful.
The mushroom to the shovel to the single arrow. How about we even make it even worse? The mushroom to the shovel to the book to the arrow.
All right, Cansion.
So the player 2 going swimming while Anaconda is going to be chasing after him. I guess we pretty much have nothing else to report because this is going to be just sweeping up what the other players have found right now.
Yeah, everybody's following everyone else around.
Scenes like this are kind of odd because you don't know where to go at this point. You kind of have to go over each other's feet at this point.
You got options. There's no shortage of those.
Once you're done with all this looping around, then you're going to have the options. Do you go to Hera? Do you go to Thieves Town? Do you go to Swamp?
I wouldn't be surprised if either of the players that are about to grab the mirror end up just jumping into Thieves Town.
Our players all went up the tower right side already, but they couldn't get into the dungeon up there. It would be a pretty okay place to go, but it wouldn't be as good as it usually is. 3 items up there, and the red tunic.
There's the mirror for Anaconda.
Oh, that's right. Well, Anaconda's going to want to get the boots too.
As will player 2.
Gloves are a big lockout for sure. Even regular gloves are still locking them out of a lot of stuff. They need the golden gloves to get to most of the places they can't reach right now.
They could do all the North Dark World.
They can't get into Turtle Rock right now. That's out. All that stuff. Even if they wanted to, they can't get to
Ice Palace is
They
out.
can't do
Mire
Mire.
area.
That's a whole big section gone.
Dark Death Mountain. It's out.
Even right now, they can't do Spike Cave.
Really annoying to be locked out of all this stuff and to have so much.
And we're going to see for the first time what we get over at the Ether tablet. Oh, there's a glove.
Nice.
Up on a mountain.
Oh no, Dead Rock. Dead Rock! How dare you?
Well, now that they've got the glove, they can finish Desert.
Took having the mirror to get the glove. So they had to go all the way around that dumb thing. Oh, I guess no, not really, because of the hammer. They could have gone back around the long way.
Well, then kind of now poking his head into swamp. Swamp. 6 treasures do exist in here.
They've actively made this game harder, actually, not easier in the last patch. They removed the 4th mana from the game. At least the normal run. 10 bomb capacity.
Yep, Red Rupee and the 10 bomb capacity. Those are the 2 items here in Tower of Hera.
So your Ether tablet is your trick here. That's the one that's going to give you easier access to the world, but it's not going to open anything up, is the key element there. The reason you really want Power Gloves is to not do Agahnim, who's already dead.
The only thing Power Glove opens up at this point would be you now have access to the Spike Cave. You can get inside there, and you also have access to the end of Desert.
And now you can get the Titan Mitts too.
I
That's
don't
kind
think
of
anyone
important.
ever got the 3 chests at the end of Escape, right?
No,
Oh,
because
that's
they
right.
had to. The key is in one of those 3 chests, so they had to get the gloves to get there.
So there's the 3rd bonus from the gloves right there, and I don't know if I've seen anyone do the Blanc Cave either, but I assume they did that. Ice Rod. Found.
Alucard did. It was just a heart container.
And I kind of make sure to not flood the key. That's very important.
Well, Flip about to find the ice rod in just a few moments. The player 2 about to find out that this trip to Hera, although it is required for a crystal, is not going to yield you anything you really need. By the way, it was Thieves Town and Turtle Rock are your 5-6 combo for the double-chested fairy.
Oh, fun.
Alucard now going to claim his silver arrows. Also his, if he wanted the red mail. Yep, he's going to go get it.
Might as well knowing where it's at. Left side of swamp not paying off for Anaconda though.
Well, the ice rod, last big item we found, right? That doesn't really unlock much either. I think
Yeah, it's nice to have. Yeah, Alucard's heading for the desert. The nice thing about having ice rod is that you don't have to worry about it being stuck somewhere in Turtle Rock, but still doesn't unlock anything, like you said.
Has anyone done
You can
blinds? I haven't seen it.
No, no one has gone into Thieves Town yet.
That's weird. That's a strange choice by all 4 players. But I guess they're really wanting the gloves. When they heard they were up there, everybody just gunned for them.
Oh, the player 2 checking Spike Cave. That's something Alucard did not. If this has something important in here, that might be an advantage here for the red team. But I don't like the health situation here. He should have enough, but...
Blue Cane will do it easy.
Yeah, he's got it.
20 cents.
Ha.
Alright.
Insert the Price is Right failure horn right there. All right, Argus, what are you going to do for us today? And could we finally see a player head on over to Thieves Town? That's exactly where it looks like player 2 might be heading.
He's got to take a really annoying forest warp, but he does have the ability to do it.
Either Thieves Town or a Skullwoods play.
With 5 hearts, that's going to be a really, really tough venture here for player 2.
Really nice juggling on Argus by Anaconda there. Almost got him in one cycle with the Master Sword. I don't know if that's even possible. Would have had to do 3 bounces.
Yeah, player 2 is heading for Thieves Town at this point. Makes a whole lot of sense. Or not. He's going to check North Hyrule. Well, and kind of back here, I think he's going to be checking to see what this big chest has. Did he return for anything important? No.
Only the most important. Money.
That 20 was breaking the bank here with his 760 previous rupees.
Alucard making quick work of Land Rollis with the Fire Rod.
Well, Anaconda having a little problem trying to get up the steps. Finally does. Heading over towards Hera. Going to pick up his Power Glove. Nothing good turned up in desert.
Thieves Town.
No, just the crystal.
Thieves Town, I know it. And he kind of wants his gloves, and he might as well do hair while he's up here. But Thieves Town, I think, has the answer to everyone's problems. Quake has been found.
Well, that's a nice place for it.
That's all 3 medallions.
Yep. 3 of our players have 1 medallion. The 4th has none.
I'm pretty sure Flip has 2 now. Because Bombos is in the waterfall chest.
There we go. Well, Flip now has 2. Yep. He just updated his tracker. Hopefully these guys remember to check those remaining chests and escape. Player 2 is going to be checking catfish now.
Yeah, the other lift upgrade is definitely going to be in one of those escape chests.
I've seen both of them being there before.
I have 2.
But what a fun seed for the person who didn't find bombs.
All right, catfish, what do you got for us? Money. And at 52 minutes in, we see the first player going into Thieves Town.
I'm
Fetch
hoping
quest.
one of the other players will go to the escape and check the last 3 there, because I feel like it's got to be one of these 2. We're running low on places to go. There's the Tempered Sword.
That will definitely help.
You know what? Isn't Titans really the only last item that we're looking for?
At this point, yes. Titan's Bit means go mode for everybody.
Do we need ether? I don't know the answer to that. The green team doesn't have it. I don't remember where it was.
It is in Skull Woods in the early part.
You know,
No,
that's
we
another
didn't
thing.
find gloves
Skull
earlier.
Woods still has an item in it.
Yeah, we have gloves, but we don't have mitts.
So right now, based on the items that we have seen, we know that Ice nor Meyer are going to be required.
I'm seeing all the players dash right past the escaped 3 chests. You'd think they'd remember when they walked right by after checking the much worse graveyard ledge.
Yeah, I'm surprised neither of the players who did that thought about going into escape. I almost thought that the player 2 was going to do it, but it turned out not to be the case, as Alucard now going into the same dungeon that his partner is in.
If it ends up being the ticket to victory here, it's going to be a deciding factor just on how much they delay.
Yeah, we got 3 players in the Thieves Town now.
Everyone thinks it's here. Everyone has forgotten, I think, about those 3 chests. Thieves Town might have it. It might vindicate all of them. It doesn't look like it, though, as we're going towards Blind. He has an item, I think, but that's it. There's a chest back here and Blind. Is it the mitts? It's a heart piece. How about you, Blind?
Oh, Flip's gonna check out Desert, but we know there's nothing good there. Yeah, the late gloves could really trip up your escape play.
Just remember that broken
Sometimes.
pencils are pointless.
I guess. If Blind doesn't have these gloves, then I'm going for the escape. He's got the compass, so nothing from Blind. Okay.
Really, the only item of importance here in Thieves Town turned out to be the tempered sword.
Maybe the mushroom.
And that's right, maybe the mushroom.
Mushroom, Skullwoods, and Escape has 3. If Skullwood is a red pendant, then they could turn it in, I guess. He's turning in the mushroom now. You think Mitts on the mushroom? There
And
they
the
are.
answer is yes.
Wow.
That saves everybody a lot of grief, actually, because I don't know what would have happened if those didn't turn up soon.
There are only like 4 other places in the game where they could be, right?
Yeah, the escape or Skullwoods.
If they were in Escape, I don't know if the players would have remembered about them. Whatever's
So
in
the
Escape
question-
has no value.
So the question for the green team is, are they in go mode? We're
They're
going to
not.
find out in about 30 seconds.
They might be, actually. Bombos, he's really putting his cards on the table for this one medallion. That he knows Quake is somewhere else.
I think this is more of a let's check and see and find out if we are in go mode type of thing.
Yep, he's still looking for Ether, probably, too.
And then if it's not there, then back to checking all of Dark Death Mountain. Elsewise, why check Dark Death Mountain if you're in go mode?
And if it's Ether, that gives red team an advantage at this point. It is Quake. So Alucard has the Quake medallion. They are in go mode.
He chooses not to check the Hookshot Cave.
He's got no reason to. He just got to remember where Alucard picked up the Quake medallion. That's it.
They don't need Meyer?
No, Myers a pendant.
Oh, cool, I thought they did. Go mode.
And that Quake medallion was in King's Tomb. So here's a quick go for Wild Anaconda to pick that up. And here you go.
Cleanup mode for green team.
Red team will be in their go mode in just a moment as well once the player 2 finds this. And there's the Titans-Smith. They are now in go mode.
Flip going very quickly through to try and get to Thieves Town.
So now it's just going to be let's sweep up the dungeons as fast as we can. The player 2 still has to go through Swamp and pick up the Ice Rod. That's what Alucard is doing right now.
And all Alucard's got Swamp and then T-Rock to finish it.
Yeah, that's what That's all he's got to do. The player 2 still has to go back into Desert Palace and finish that up. So we're probably going to be looking at the green team getting first up back up to the mountain.
But when Flip gets done with Thieves Town here, then that's it for, except for Turtle Rock. If I'm reading that tracker correctly.
Now Flip has Thieves Town, and then off to Turtle Rock. That's all he's got left to do. So Flip might be the first one up to the mountain. Yeah.
Because it's just a quick flute over to the mushroom to get the gloves, the mitts to get to Dark Death Mountain.
And while you're over there, you might as well fill up your bottles if you have any.
There's a pile of dead worms set on fire.
While Anaconda makes his barbecued worms, he is done. And he's going to make the different trek. He's going to head up to the mountain, do Turtle Rock, then into Hera.
That seems like the ideal way to route everything if you know that Hera's got nothing but trash in it.
Yeah, if Hera has nothing but trash in it, the person who hasn't explored it might as well just save it for when they're ready to go up to Ganon's Tower. This was a seed that gave people a lot of good things early on. It slowed down a little bit, but still, both teams being in go mode at the hour mark is a pretty good feeling.
Oh yeah, and it would have been a lot faster if anybody had gone into Thieves Town remotely early. But everybody just skipped Thieves Town to go check all the other places.
While in the kind of getting dead rocked, Alucard picking up the crystal out of the Swamp Palace, now getting ready to head up to the mountain. And it's surprising because one of the first plays you normally make in the Dark World is to Thieves Town. Obviously, this time around, you couldn't do it exactly the way it's normally scripted in your path, but I'm surprised people didn't trek it right after they got done with Pod.
Yeah. Especially after... I can understand not doing it the first time. You get the mirror, you jump down, you get the boots. You can't get back up into the village. But after you get the hammer...
We're watching a fantastic effort from two different teams here. It's just Green
definitely.
Team right now is in an advantage to win at this point. Now Flip's going to be heading up to Turtle Rock. The problem on their end is the player 2 is not ready to head up to the mountain. He still has to go into desert.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
host.
Flip's still gotta get quick.
Speed Gaming and Psychedelic Eyeball both. Thank you. We are wrapping up our third race here.
Hello to all the new viewers.
Well, welcome in, viewers. And as we're going through this final stretch of this race, it comes down to getting ready to head into Turtle Rock. The green team definitely in the advantage right now. They're in the lead. On the right-hand side, they're just a little behind, but they're getting ready to finish things up as well.
To refresh, this is match 57, number 57. It is our round 4 match, upper bracket. We only play .1 matches, team battles. Neither of these teams have lost yet. They've won a couple games each. Whichever one does lose will go to the lower bracket. The other one will move on to the quarterfinals to play Dat Lossit and Nennies. And we are in go mode. We are wrapping this thing up right now.
Oh, now Flip's checking the escape. Just a bottle.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Flip hasn't put it together that he can access. Oh, has
I
he's
think
got to trade
I think
that mushroom in
realization-
still. Maybe he was hoping for the butter sword. Who knows?
It's possible.
2 versus 2 rules are they are in a call with their partner. They are sharing information. They are allowed to do that to the full extent. They're allowed to tell each other everything they find. We go by average time, so we need both players to finish, and then I will add their times together and compare it to the other team. That's only come up a couple times. Typically with team battles, you see both players finish around the same time, and usually one team or the other is finished in either first and second or first and third. Only in first and fourth do you really have to look at average time. It's come up maybe twice out of 50 games.
Yep, and I lost both of them.
That's an unfortunate distinction.
I know, right? Oh well.
And Smite is not to blame for this seed.
Maybe.
Unless he's the one who touched that FC bot.
Not me. Wild Anaconda on his way to Trinex now. Needs to find a key first, that's all.
Flip jumping in here to T-Rock.
Well, that's a nice place for that shovel. It's just a shame these guys are in go mode. Otherwise, we'd think this would be an icky fetch quest.
If you are looking for voice from the players, I'm sure they're streaming it. Wild Anaconda actually isn't, which is why I'm able to pull his audio. But Alucard is, and the other 2 players are. Typically they are. Most people don't mix out their audio. When they do, I can use their audio. That's why only Anaconda's audio is available right now.
By the way, this is using the new 26 logic.
So Anaconda still has Tower of Hair to go. So he's not that far ahead yet. He still has an easy Tower of Hair, but he still has to do it. The 7th dungeon actually is over there.
Yeah, I gotta make the quick climb up the tower.
And with that, we say hello to Smite's dog.
Yes.
And out of mana. Gotta use that green potion.
If all 4 people mix their audio, I would probably switch it up every once in a while.
That's player 2 wrapping up Land Molus.
Typically, I just play music over it, because we usually don't have game audio at all. Nice work from Anaconda. Trinex goes down without any problems.
So he's about 2 minutes away from going into Ganon's tower because he still has to make a trip to the Light World equivalent.
Yep, and now Alucard's about to jump into the Trinex fight right here.
So Alucard will be the first one to Ganon's tower coming up in just a moment.
Meanwhile, Flip getting past the chain shop room was giving him a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, thank God these guys have all found the red mail.
It was free this time.
Yeah, pretty much.
You'd have to go out of your way not to pick it up.
Didn't even need a coupon this time around. Just needed a hook shot, a mirror. That's about it.
That's the 7th crystal for Alucard.
And he'll be the first one to Ganon's tower, probably about, I'd have to say, about a minute ahead of his partner. So he'll start searching things else, and I wouldn't be surprised if they split up Ganon's tower. One checks left side, one checks right side.
So you know what that means.
Gonna be a little harder for us to do the chess guessing game, but we'll try it.
Yep. Where do you think it's going to be?
Bottom left randomizer room.
I always guess Bob chest. And there's the 7th crystal for Wild Anaconda.
Bomb upgrade on the torch. Alucard says no.
Where's the big key? Ganon's tower begins.
There's the butter sword. Oh, I see what Alucard is doing. He's doing a different kind of route. Now, he's going to go ahead and check the right-hand side after checking the first 5 on the left side. But if I'm Wild Anaconda now, I'm going to go to the left side at this point. And what do you guys think? Would you check tile room first, knowing that your partner's in here too? Or would you wait until last?
I would have left Alucard going on the left side to keep going and had Wild Anaconda do tile room and right side. And just do tile room first. Because then that gives you all the time for your partner to check all the left side while you're sitting there waiting on tiles. And if he finds it, then boom, you can go get it. No harm, no foul.
Just wanted to grab that golden sword real quick. I think most people would check tile room. I would probably... You could do the 4 and then come back and do the tile room later if you still don't have it. I really hate that room though. Make my partner go there, not me, as long as I'm not the one doing it.
The one thing
Let's try
is,
next down for Flip.
it could result in a time separation for these two if the big key ends up being in the randomized room.
Yeah, definitely.
Because now Alucard will have to go all the way around the left-hand side.
Again, having gone through 2 of the rooms already, or 3 really.
Stubborn key. Behind Armos, maybe? Or is there actually-
Armos or the tile room.
Here comes chest 19 through 21. It's on chest 20. Chest 20.
Almost.
Now that actually does give the green team the advantage at that point because Wild Anaconda is not that far away.
Yeah, the rando room is really close to Ice Armos.
If it was in the randomizer room, it would have been bad news for Alucard.
It's green team's game right now. Red team is just getting in here, and player 2 is still working on it. He's getting the roundabout on this Turtle Rock room, actually.
Yeah, going round and round and round.
Player 2 just wanted to go for a nice carnival ride.
There's the big key for Anaconda. Green team is climbing.
Really good times. We haven't seen a lot of good times lately, like not under 80 minutes in a while. And we're not going to hit that today either, but we used to. The logic has gotten ruder, I think. It was version 24 I think we started on, and we were consistently seeing 70-minute times in teams. Teams really speed things up a lot, but the logic lately has been kind of railroading people down a certain path, and in that case, teams are less powerful than they usually are.
Yeah, lots of 4 players in the same dungeon here lately.
In this case, everyone was at Agahnim at the exact same time. Everyone was looking for the Titan Myths all game long. They found them about the same time. All of those things kept putting them in the same position over and over again, to where there was no advantage for anybody, and everyone had to do the same dungeons. Where the team advantage would come in is if you could find all the items by splitting up, and you can't do that if you can't split up. You can't go anywhere except one place. So you're stuck going at pretty much regular speed for a while.
And there's Trinex down for player 2. We will have all 4 players in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, this has been a close race. Just green team has a distinct advantage at this point. Only thing that really can go wrong now for the green team is an untimely death or a room despawn.
Oh, a room despawn would be the worst.
By the time the player 2 gets done with the fanfare, I will believe that Flip will have the big key, or will soon have the big key in his possession.
Yeah, it should not take Flip long here to take out Ice Armos.
Well, then it kind of did bottle up a fairy. So now Flip has notified his teammate where this big key is. It's time to run up this tower.
Everyone wants the golden sword.
I mean, you might as well. In Ganon's tower at an hour 19, you gotta be feeling pretty good, right?
Yep, it hasn't been a mean seed except for they couldn't find the Titan Myths, which honestly, blind had a lot to do with that. Them not wanting to do blind had a lot to do with them getting stuck in this seed. Agahnim being required, worst part. The flippers run around, I guess, actually, after
Yeah, the
Agahnim.
Flippers run around was pretty bad.
We didn't have gloves, but we had hookshot and flippers, so the players had to go out of Aghanim's pyramid and head around the water, up and around the power blocks, and hookshot left. And they had to have all that stuff to do that. Very specific route to take.
And then you had to go into pod without the hammer to find the hammer.
Yep.
Alucard and Anaconda and Agahnim are on the same time here. They are definitely with a lead. They have a 1 Ganon fight up on their opponents. Pretty close. That difference is going to be big for them. As long as they don't make any killer mistakes on the Ganon fight, they should be alright. And it should be a pretty easy one too. They are completely geared out. They have everything that they could want.
Everything they could possibly even need.
The only thing is that Anaconda has a little bit low health. I don't know if he has a fairy or not.
Yeah, he does have a fairy in the bottle.
Aghanim's giving him
Oh,
a rough
and-
time.
Yeah, he's having a really tough Agahnim too.
Aghanim didn't even fire that one. Oh well. He's got him.
If you knock him off the wall,
Yeah.
he won't fire.
Both players going to the Ganon fight.
An hour and 22 minutes in, you gotta probably start feeling a little nervous about where your teammates are, or rather your opponents are.
Anytime I'm in Ganon's tower, I'm feeling nervous about where my opponents are.
Especially considering how late it was to get to the Titansmith, when Titansmith really relatively could have been found at the 45-minute mark.
Yeah. I would be, oh no, why didn't we do Thieves Town before we got that damn mirror?
Yeah, I'm really surprised that neither team did step foot into Thieves Town while they were checking the outcast first. No torch glitch here for Alucard.
Oh, and Flip getting troll dormed.
There's a double hit on Alucard, and he's got Ganon dead to rights. We're going to see
Yeah,
some
that's
finishing
GG for
times
Alucard.
here.
Oh, and it kind of down to a half a heart. Still has the bottle and the fairy, but
Alucard 123.45. Final time 123.45.
he planned that. Well, then kind of getting in the half heart kill. That means the green team has won this race.
GG for green team.
That'll do it. Quarterfinalists here.
Team Wildcard.
1 in 24.05 is the other one.
That would make for an easy average, but we don't have to worry about the averages here. Flip at Agahnim 2, the player 2 over at the Lamolas. The green team, Alucard, while Anaconda, aka Wildcard, will be going up against Datlasa and Ninnies in the next round.
Or is it Aluconda?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often both teammates finish at the same time if you haven't seen a team race before. Very common to see them finish within 10 seconds of each other. They actually line up that way more often than not, within a minute of each other at least. They certainly do. The information that you can give to your partner really helps them go fast. And I'm talking not just go mode, but kind of like a hyper go mode where they don't need to open any junk chests at all. They know exactly what to do when they come in a dungeon, as though they'd already run it before because of you and the information you can feed them when you just did it. Well, let me see if those two want to hop in the call.
I would be surprised if they didn't want to.
They're already ready. Hello.
Hello.
Nice
Hey,
work.
GG guys.
How's it going? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What ran through your minds when you found that the mushroom in Thieves Town led to the Titan's Mitt?
We thought we were behind on Titan's Mitt collection, that's for sure.
Yeah, we definitely thought that they were like, okay, so, well, because we had considered, so when we took, the long way around into Dark Cac, we were like, Alucard was the first person to do that, as you know, and we were discussing, like, okay, so what's his play? Does he do, like, a bunch of overworld stuff and route down to, like, Hype Cave, or does he take a pit stop in Thieves Town? And so we decided it's probably better to just do a bunch of, like, overworld stuff since he was ahead of Crystals at that point. So that obviously hurt us for sure, but I think having me go into Pod, though, and then find Hammer early in, Pod was also... We assumed that kind of, like, evened it out a little bit, because we were hoping that was not something that they might have done as early as we did. To look
Plus
for
we got
Hammer
Boots
and Hammer
earlier
required
because of
dungeon.
that.
That too. Yeah, that also meant, Boots were earlier as well because of Alu's going south. So
Flip 714 finishes 126.43. GG to Flip 714. Pretty much what it came down to is that you guys did pretty much the same thing as the other team did. They had a late Titans Mid as well. As you guys were mentioning, the idea of going to check the overworld over checking Thieves Town, they did the same exact play where one of them was checking around the overworld while the other one was in Pod.
interesting.
Well,
I'd just like to
really
take this
close right after Agahnim. Agahnim really reset everybody because all 4 players were in the tower at the same time.
Oh wow, interesting.
That's crazy. Well, what I thought was interesting is that Thieves Town was actually really far away from like where we could go, off of the Agahnim portal. So it was a little less attractive. Like you could.
He was out in the sticks.
Yeah.
This is
And
the
going in
second
there without
time.
Hammer can be painful.
Second time I've seen that stupid, you don't have the gloves, you got the flippers though, have a hook shot across the top after doing Agahnim thing, and it ruined a team before. Nobody knew how to do it. So I'm glad that didn't happen. People figured that out, but the hammer was in Palace of Darkness, so there was another option, sort of, but not really, because you still would have had to do it, ultimately.
Yeah, you could hammer the peg and then hook shot across, I guess. But
Yeah.
it was still worth splitting up.
Very specific
Definitely.
road.
I just want to take just 1 second here to just mention how awful those Aghanim 2 patterns were.
Yeah, we noticed that you were having some issues with the Aga 2 fight.
They were so bad.
They were pretty terrible.
I mean, part of it was me, but part of it was just that the patterns were really,
most
really
of it
bad.
was me.
Now, I know you had a bottled fairy, so it wasn't much of a problem, but how about that half-hearted Ganon kill?
I mean, with Gold Sword, I'm
You
never
didn't tell
worried
me
about...
that.
What?
It's fine.
I did! I told you I ended with half a heart!
Oh.
I'm never concerned about the Ganon fight with Tempered Sword and up. Like I usually don't. It was just weird that one time when I took damage when he like hit me right at the bottom of the screen. The weird thing though, I just wasn't paying attention and started counting my slashes before his trident started spinning in round 2, and then that caught me off guard when I was like, oh wait, why is he still doing? That's why the 2 round happened there, because I just was an idiot. But yeah.
Well, you guys advance to the next round. Dat Lawson, Ninnies is your next opponent. Your thoughts?
No
They're
clue.
pretty strong. I know those players. They've shown some good performance in the tournament so far.
Yeah, they have looked
So-
really good.
And the player 2 finishes up 129.54. How about a GG for all of our players?
Yeah, GG for everybody.
GG.
GG. They were right on our tails.
Yeah, it was a very close race.
I really thought that Agate 1 death was going to cost me the Agate Tower death. I was like, oh, I'm really nervous.
Well, the good thing is it didn't like tilt you though for the rest of the run. Like it was bad, but it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened.
I think it actually focused me. I felt like I was playing better towards the end. Like my Trinix was really good.
Yeah.
GG, guys.
GG.
GG, Flip.
What a seed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can
seat.
say that again. Jeez. So apparently you guys did the same thing that we did, where we put off Thieves Town for a while, not getting our mitts.
Yep. Yeah, at first chance we didn't have hammer yet, so we went by it. Yeah, so was Mitz y'all's last item?
No. It was.
I think it was different for each of us, but it was.
Oh no,
It
it
might
was
have been.
mitts because
We just didn't know what the medallions were.
Yeah, so we got mitts, and then I went to T-Rock immediately to check what the medallion requirement was, and Alu had already found Quake, and so technically Quake was my last one, but Alu had it, so then mitts was my last.
Mitts was my last one.
It's like a
Gotcha,
weird.
gotcha.
It's like a weird. Yeah.
I
It was.
the same
It was
way.
towards the end.
I got Mushroom, and then I went and got Quake, and then I went and got Mitz, and then went to Turtle Rock. But we had all 3 medallions, so we didn't have to check. Did you guys go into Skull Woods ever?
No.
Bummer.
Yeah,
I made the early gamble on Skull Woods.
Yeah, Skullwoods had the ether medallion in the room that if you open up the chest, the holes pop up.
Oh. If either one of us had gone in there, definitely.
Away.
Yeah, we were just like, man, it's pendant. It's just like not. It's just not a appealing looking location at all ever. If it's a
one of
pendant,
those where
especially.
I've been burned by Skull Woods so many times now that I just always jump in as soon as I can. Just the front half.
GG, guys.
GG
GG.
player 2.
We're talking
Yeah,
about a 3.5 minute difference average time between you two teams, so it's a great race for all of you guys.
And all 4 players sub 130.
Yeah, we were talking down the stretch. We didn't have the IRC channel open. We were like, man, even if we lose, this was a good seed. But I kind of thought we were winning, but then I went over there and saw y'all were both done. I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, you know, you still both got a really nice time. Like, you know, sub 130 still is still really good, especially with a seed like this, where there was a lot of long walking around all over the place early on, not having the boots super early on, and then.
When we got Hammer and Pod, I thought that we were ahead, but I guess maybe you guys also got it around the same time.
Yeah, they did. You guys went for the
Hammer
double Houlihan
for
room
you.
at the start, right? I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's classy.
2 times the Houlihan. Never seen that before.
We just do it and buy bombs.
Yeah, it makes
That way it
sense.
just takes the randomness out of the equation.
That's not a bad play, actually.
It takes 1 minute from starting your seed to leaving the Houlihan room to have 225 rupees. So if y'all beat us by less than a minute, I'd be salty. But
Or you wouldn't even be mad because swag.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah, the idea is if the extra rupees give us enough to go to early Zora, and if Zora's a good item, then we can get ahead. But it hasn't been the case yet.
someday.
Yeah.
It'll
I
pay off
farmed
one
a
of
bit
these days.
In Blind's house. I farmed like 60 rupees in Blind's house or something.
well, as far as the
Oh, yeah, good
bracket
race,
goes,
guys.
you guys are moving on to fight Dat Lost at Ninnies in round 5 up there, quarterfinals. And Flip and Player 2, you guys, I have no idea who you're playing. There's 4 teams. There's a blank spot in the lower bracket between where you're going and where the teams that are going against you are.
Gotcha.
So it'll be a little while before I can even tell you who you're up against. So
Cool.
yeah, maybe a week or 2.
Give us some time to practice.
Yeah, got a lot of lower bracket games to catch up on before I can get up to the quarterfinals up top.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Well, hey, you guys, good luck in your next match.
Thank you. Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys. good luck.
thanks. You too.
And thanks for
Alrighty,
playing,
see ya.
everybody.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, great game today, y'all.
Thank you guys for commentating.
No problem. Thanks for helping me with the hosting.
Sure thing.
Sorry about the Twitch disaster. That took an hour to fix.
It's all good.
Well, I'm gonna head out myself, folks. If you want to follow any of the runners, their screen names on Twitch are what I have put up in the name boxes there. There's an underscore after 714's name, and player 2, that's a 0 on the end of 2. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see if you want more races of this. We got one tomorrow at 8 p.m. EDT and Wednesday at 8. There probably will be some more on top of that. My calendar should have it updated, but those are the 2 that I have scheduled. I'm going to see if I can get some more. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, if not tonight, playing some random stuff. I don't know. I am working on challenges for my main show, so I might be doing that. I gotta go through Mega Man X. I ran through Vanilla Link to the Past last night to take care of that, and that's done. So thanks for coming in with me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Take it
Have
easy,
a great
folks.
night, everybody.
Let me find somebody to host here. Preferably more Zelda. Jay Coper's doing a race. I'll just host him. Take it easy, folks.